Let's go another way. What about the attributes of God? Who are they attributed to? All attributes are ascribed to each of the three. Really? The eternal existence is to the Father, Psalm 90, to the Son, Alpha, Omega, first and last, and so forth, in a number of places, and to the Spirit in Hebrews 9:14. Infinite power to the Father, 1 Peter 1, to the Son in 2 Corinthians 12, the Spirit, Romans 15. Omniscience, the Father in Jeremiah 17, to the Son in Revelation 2:23, and the Spirit in 1 Corinthians 2. Do you see what's going on here? You see, these three are three persons in one, in a very real sense. Omnipresence, to the Father, of course, in Jeremiah 23, to the Son in Matthew 18, and the Spirit, Psalm 139. Holiness, obviously, Father, Revelation 15:4, to the Son in Acts 3:14, and the Spirit everywhere, we call him the Holy Spirit. Every time his name comes up, he's attributed to holiness is included in his name. That's why we have it always in three. Holy, holy, holy in Isaiah 6 and all through Revelation and so on. And truth is attributed to the Father in John 7, to the Son in Revelation 3:7, and to the Spirit in 1 John 5:6. And so, and benevolence, of course, in Father in Romans 2, the Son in Ephesians 5, and the Spirit in Nehemiah 9. So the disposition for communion, 1 John 1 to the Father, and 1 John 1:3 also to the Son, and then 2 Corinthians 13 to the Spirit. So Louis Perry Schaeffer summarized this, I think, in excellent terms. I like to quote from him. He says, "The fact that each person possesses all the divine characteristics, and so completely that it would seem that no other need to possess them, speaks of the distinction between the persons as such. On the other hand, the fact that they all manifest these characteristics in identically the same ways and to the same measure speaks of the unity from which their mode of existence springs." Wow. There's another way I like to look at it, that maybe this is useful to you. The three persons are equal in nature, but separate in person, but each subservient in duties. How interesting. The Son always does the will of the Father, and the Holy Spirit is obedient that he never speaks of himself. That's an attribute that needs to be thought through a little bit. Okay, so the Holy Spirit, I think we've established that he's a member of the Trinity. That should not be an ambiguity in your mind at this point. Is a person. He's repeatedly referred to as he, not it, he. And there's one exception where the word pneuma proves to be a neuter word is important in reveling the restrainer in 2 Thessalonians 2, but that's an exception. Yet he never speaks of himself. Jesus warns us about that in John 16:12. And because of that, he's always represented by an unnamed servant in typology. It's an unnamed servant that Abraham commissions to get a bride for his son in chapter 24. And it's an unnamed servant that introduces Ruth to Boaz. Whenever the personage in the type represents the Holy Spirit, he's always unnamed. We discover his name by hunting and do a little homework. You discover his name is Eliezer, which means comforter, interestingly enough. The doctrine of the Holy Spirit